sir.
Jivon, how are you, my man?
Oh, man, I'm not doing great at all.
Why not? Tell me about it, man. What's going on?
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm here still filling out these loss mitigation forms.
Okay.
I mean, of course, the beginning parts is all good and everything, but then when it comes to this breaking down on Fannie Mae cash flow analysis,
Oh, yeah.
that is the part that kind of got me a little stuck.
Okay.
So as far as we're filling that out, I'm not 100% sure on that. Well, I've been doing, it's been pretty busy since this morning. I did get in contact with the law firm.
Okay.
And it is just like what you said. Everything pretty much just falls on the bank.
Yeah.
But the reason that I gave them a call was because I was trying to see if there was a way in getting the exact figure on the reinstatement.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get that through the mortgage company.
Why?
The mortgage company is telling me that in order for me to, and this is what I really don't understand, in order for me to be able to get that information, I have to send them a letter requesting that information. I got to put the loan number and, all that other stuff. And I got to request that through mail. And then they said that they need a wet signature. They said that what ends up happening is they'll end up sending their portion of it. Then they're going to send a letter over to the law firm. And once they get the law firm's information on it, then they'll send everything over to me, which they said is going to take about 14 days.
Yeah, so we need to get on the phone with them right now. I don't know if that's cross countries policy, but usually how it works is you just do a request over the phone with them. They request it. Obviously, since you're in foreclosure, they have to send it over. They have to do their paperwork, then send it over to the trustees so they can tack on their fees, and then they'll send it back, and it'll come to you, usually in the form of an email. So I don't know what they're talking about. I've never heard of that process, but that seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah. So what I did, I ended up calling the law firm.
Yeah.
Now I asked them if they'd be able to provide that information for me. So they told me that it's gonna take 7 days for them to email it to me.
But you requested it, right?
Yes, I requested it.
And they said that they'll have it to you in 7 days.
They said that they're going to email it to me after 7 days. Yep.
Okay. Man, Jivon, I don't like this, man. If they say that they're going to get it to you in 7 days, then I would just roll with it. But again, just in my experience, that's not how requesting reinstatement forms work. But if that's what they're saying, then you just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Do you know who the law firm is?
Yeah.
Who is it?
What's this? Brock and Stock?
Brock and Stock. I haven't even heard of them. Okay.
Yeah, Brock and Scott.
Okay.
PLLC.
Haven't heard of them, but I mean, if that's the way they do it, then that's the way they do it. So, all right, well, I mean, good. At least you got the process started. At least they're going to reach out to you soon,
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's really nothing more to do other than wait the 7 days and hope that information comes to you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now you're in a pretty good spot right now.
Now I know that they also said, because I asked them, is there any way in prolonging the foreclosure or just basic stuff like that? And they told me that all of that is based on it's pretty much just based on the lender's preference. So they were saying that I would have to go through the bank.
Yeah.
But they said 9 times out of 10, the only way in possibly being able to is I'd have to pay the reinstatement.
Yeah. Well, that would reinstate. That wouldn't even halt the foreclosure. That would just reinstate the loan.
Yeah. But they was telling me that the only options that I would have, that would be one. But as far as putting a hold to it, I guess that's where loss mitigation thing is coming in at.
Yeah.
But of course, everybody's talking about the other option, which I'm not really for it. But they're talking about the other option would be if I was to file for Chapter 13.
Yeah.
But then they told me that also with filing Chapter 13, they said that, yeah, it'll put a hold on it for a while, but then as soon as I get out of it, they're going to come back after me for it.
Absolutely. So instead of doing that, Jivon, why wouldn't you let us just purchase the house and allow you to rent it back from us, and then you just purchase it back whenever you're ready? That would save you the headache from going through Chapter 13. Chapter 13.
That wasn't even an option. I was just telling you what they was just trying to tell me.
Yeah. I was about to say, man.
I'm not looking into no.
Yeah, I was about to say, protect yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about that.
No, I hear you, man.
That's why the only person that I've been talking with is you, because, I mean, so far you've been the only one that's been telling me things that made the most sense. Everybody else is just telling me, the way it seems is everything that they're sitting there saying is pretty much just based off of somebody else trying to make a profit.
Welcome to the game of real estate, Jivon.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, man. Cause I mean that's all it's about at the end of the day for a lot of people. They're not really interested in actually helping and solving problems. So
no, definitely not.
Yeah, that's why I've been kind of here holding your hand, trying to give you the best advice that I can, just to make sure that you're at least making the best decision for yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem, man. No problem.
There was one person that I spoke to, they was telling me how, they were the ones like talking to me about trying to find the exact amount on the reinstatement.
Yeah.
But of course, it turned out to be one of those, I'm not really into just loaning, because she's like how she knows that it's probably going to be around about $20,000 or so. That they're not in the process of loaning that money to help me with the reinstatement, because they're not going to really get much out of it.
Yeah.
So break it down as far as just trying to sell or trying to find some way in getting some sort of a loan to cover for that reinstatement fee, which of course, everybody already knows now that it's not really that big of an option, because the mortgage company screwed up my credit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Putting it out there trying to back me into a corner.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And the mortgage company knows, and I know that they were telling me that the other option would be if I was to try to sell it for cash value to be able to get the money, get the money that way to be able to pay. But I'm like, I'm not looking for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that me trying to get any kind of, because they was telling me that would be the only way in getting any kind of equity that's still left in the home. That I can't get none of the equity out.
That's not true.
See, that's why I like talking to you.
Yeah, that's not true, bro. Now, it's a lengthy process, and it's a process that you don't want to go through. But if the house foreclosed, that equity that is in the house, you're entitled to some of that. And there's a process you can go through to access that. But let's not even waste our breath, because your house isn't going to foreclose.
No, I mean, I was just looking at if there was any way in being able to get any kind of equity to pay that $20,000.
So since you're in foreclosure, that would be really hard, right? Because you would have to take out a loan or do a HELOC on your home equity. It's like a home equity line of credit. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't. I can't say for a fact, but since you are in foreclosure, banks are very, very reluctant to do that. So if you access this way before the foreclosure process started, then they probably would have gotten you right. But now it's kind of too late for that.
Because it's kind of interesting, because I mean, It's the second time that I heard about, I think it was the HELOC.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting to me because throughout this whole time that I've been trying to ask cross country for all of this information, that was the next thing that they kept sending me.
Really?
Yeah. I got 5 emails just last month about some HELOC program.
How much equity do you have in the house?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, what were they saying? They were just saying like, hey, we offer a HELOC program?
Yeah.
Or what?
Sent me 5 emails just based on that.
They're probably just pushing out whatever they're doing. They probably weren't vetting who we're sending it to. They're probably just going through and being like, hey, we're now out offering HELOC loans, so let's just put it out there. If I had to guess.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about that. Yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they sent 6 of them on the 16th of last month.
Oh, wow.
All back to back.
What do they say?
Let me see. Click on this. It's cross-country mortgage. Apply today for a cross-country mortgage HELOC.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it just looks like one of those emails of them offering their service. That's what it looks like to me. That probably wouldn't have helped your situation at all. But I mean, I told you on the first time we talked that loan modification would be your number one, and we're still not in.
I'm working on that.
I know.
I didn't realize that when I was looking over this paperwork. I didn't realize that whole back end of this. I really didn't realize that.
Yeah,
this whole Fannie Mae cash flow analysis.
Yeah, that paperwork is treacherous, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
So I really don't know how to go about filling all of this because I know that they're asking, what's this, IRS forms and.
So Jivon, what is it that you want to accomplish at the end of the day? Like, what is it that in a perfect world, where would you be in given your circumstance? Obviously, you don't want to be in here, but what is it that would just make you sleep at night?
Getting these people off my damn back. I mean, it was never a plan for me to actually get put into this situation, whereas I gotta worry about somebody taking my house.
Yeah.
It's like for the 5.5 years that I've lived here, I paid my mortgage on time with extra, no problems.
Yeah.
So it's like if they was to even look at everything, they never had an issue with me.
Yeah.
It was all up until they decided that they wanted to go about changing things and not communicating with me.
Yeah, that caused the problems.
Yeah, and then when I was sitting there trying to figure out, what can be done, instead of them just coming off and just, communicating with me, they just automatically threw me into a program that I had no idea about. So, I mean, in a perfect world, I would just want them to, okay, if I have to, it would be nice if I could do like a repayment.
That's what that paperwork, that loan modification is getting to help you do. We just got to get that in. That's the whole purpose of that loan modification. They'll take whatever you owe, whatever you're in foreclosure for, and just move it to the back of the loan and just allow you to start making payments as normal.
Yeah, I'm looking at, the information on what it is they said as far as particular programs that they have. They said they got the refinance, reinstatement, they got a repayment plan and a forbearance plan. And then under that is the loan modification.
Yeah. So which of those plans make sense for you?
If I was able to just do this repayment, because it says payback past due amounts together with regular payments over an extended period of time, It says provide time to catch up on late payments without having to worry about a lump sum. I mean, I'd have no problems doing that if they would allow it.
But you gotta get that. You gotta get that application in, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I'm working on it. Been doing that on the phone all damn morning.
Yeah.
And the only roadblock I hit is this Fannie Mae cash flow analysis.
What kind of questions are they asking that you just having trouble with?
I mean, they're asking for yearly information on, I don't know, it's like IRS tax forms, 1040, individual income tax return, employee business expense, interest in ordinary dividends, profit or loss from business, sole proprietorship. It's just a lot of...
Do you have access to those?
I mean, the reason I say I don't know what they're looking for is, I mean, yes, I could look on the Bank of America account, but as far as a lot of this stuff that they're asking for, it's not stuff that I have to worry about shelling out. So I don't know exactly what to give them.
Do you have your tax forms from last year?
I didn't file last year.
Okay, what about the year before then?
See, I've only been in business for 2 years, and I didn't have to file it last year, and I know that they filed for me this year, but I'd have somebody else that does all of that.
So they should have access to what you need. If you have somebody else doing it, they should have it on file.
So what, just...
Reach out to them and be like, hey, I need my tax returns from this year and last year and the year before that. That way you
see, they're not going to be able to provide that because, like I said, I only paid for last year. I only did last year.
Well,
I didn't have to... When I started the business in 2021, I didn't have to file. Since the business was just starting up in 2021, I didn't really have to file anything because they said that they knew that with it being a startup business, I didn't have to file. So I only filed from last year.
So get that one tax return you have from them. That one that they did, request that. Alright, you're going to attach that to, again, I don't know the layout of the form, but that'll be, your tax return I know is going to have to be one. Now they want a profit and loss statement. Do you have that?
No.
Okay, so leave that blank. Say NA, not available, not applicable. Don't have it. What else are they asking for?
It's like 1, 2, 3. It's about 4 pages of this.
Alright, I'm looking at it now. Okay, so these are from your tax form. You have a 2016 IRS form?
Nope.
So So these should all be on your last tax form. Okay, so the first page, all from the requested tax form. So I'm just gonna reply to it. It's not even gonna let me reply to it. That's crazy. Okay, do you have a K1 from your business? Now, if you had other people doing it, then you probably do have a K1. So where it says schedule K1, ownership in business greater than 25%, request that from them as well. The second page you sent me is all K1.
Okay.
And is yours a regular corporation or LLC?
It's an LLC, but on tax it's under S corp.
All right. So all this information you should be able to request straight from the person that does your taxes. You can even send it directly to them. It's just the same way you sent it to me. And it's like, hey, I need the form so I can fill this out.
Okay.
Yeah, your K1 form. Do you know what a K1 form is?
No, I don't know anything about that.
So a K1 form is basically where you just report what's happening in your business. So your taxes is, hey, these are the numbers we have, this is what's going on, and this is how much I'm taxed. A K1 form, all business owners and people within, all business owners have to file a K1 form. So I have an investment group right now with me and 5 others. We're all owners. When we file our taxes, we each have to put in a K1 form. You see how it says partnership? K1?
Yes.
Obviously, it's just talking about you because you don't have a partner in it. But with taxes, all owners have to file a K1 with their taxes.
Okay. See, I ain't know any of that.
Oh! Drop my phone. But yeah, so like I said, if you have somebody doing your taxes for you, then they should have a copy of that.
So would it be, so just ask them for the copy, or should I just send them this information and get them to fill it out?
Even better, if you send it straight to them and have them fill it out, that's great. If not, then just request it and you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right, see, and that's where I was lost at, because I didn't know. They don't talk to me about stuff like this. All I know is that when I started the business, I ended up getting QuickBooks and everything set up with the account.
Yeah.
And then I had somebody else do that, just like how when it comes to starting a business, as far as getting the LLC and everything like that.
Hey, Jivon, let me call you right back. I have a call coming in. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
This is Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. My name is Jeff Jones. I'm a realtor here in Nashville through Industry Group. You have just a minute to talk?
Hey, Jeff. I'm actually on the other line. I'm helping somebody out with a foreclosure process right now. Is there any way I could call you back?
Yeah, that's no problem, man. Listen, if I don't answer, I'll give you a call back, but I should be available within the next couple hours, okay?
Awesome. I'll call you back as soon as we get off the phone.
All right, take care.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello?
Jivon, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kick you off like that.
Nah, you all right?
But yeah, you're saying they don't tell us about that. Why? I mean, you got to think everything that we know is because we taught ourselves, right? Nobody teaches us this stuff. Nobody tells us what they expect. They just give us forms and say, here. We got to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah. And that's what I've been doing, because coming from the projects, we ain't got no business owners over there, so.
Man, trust me, bro. Trust me, man. Nobody teaches us anything, bro. We grew up with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all this information, all this stuff, bro. We have to teach ourselves, and you're learning more and more each day. But this is the process. There was no business owners. There was no people. Man, growing up with us, there was nobody who had a business. You know, people with a dream and who walked around. That was it.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no role models who knew exactly how to do. We don't have nobody to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, you know, what does this mean? You know, we don't have that.
No, definitely don't.
So, man, you trust me, like, you going through this now, but you're learning so much now, and I know you got kids, so now you're going to have all this knowledge to put on your kids as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it, man. That's it. But hey, listen, I gave you the keys, all right? Let's get them on the phone today. I'm going to call you tomorrow and see what happened.
Yeah, I just left when you hung up with me. I just called the tax guy and I told him to give you a call. So hopefully he calls me back in a couple hours.
Awesome. And if he doesn't, give him a call every hour.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like clockwork.
Most definitely.
But
I'm gonna end up calling one of his other, because I know that there's a couple of them that work in this spot. So I'm gonna end up giving him a call in like 15 minutes or so.
yeah, no, for real. But yeah, find out, and then I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we'll get this thing figured out, man.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Damn,
Jivon.
you becoming a fucking lifesaver.
I'm glad I can help, man.
I appreciate it, bro. For real.
No problem. I'm gonna talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.